Hey Miriam, how's it going? Hey, you catch all my videos, that's awesome. Hey everybody, welcome to Daily Motivation, 365 days of consistency, doing the same things over and over again until they become habit. And now we're at episode 145. 145. We're almost at 150. And it's pretty awesome that, we can stay consistent and that we can do things on a consistent basis to maintain the habit of consistency. You just got to learn to become consistent by doing consistent actions. So today I want to talk about is, hey Jazz, thank you for watching. Is it time to move on? And when do you know when it's time to move on? Move on from what, Rich? Move on from what, Rich? It could be from a job. It could be from a relationship. It could be for certain friends. It could be from certain habits. When do you know when it's time to move on and move out with certain things? And I always think about a time when I worked at a certain company. I don't want to give that company's name out, but I worked at a certain company where it was very negative environment. It was actually very tough. It became very stressful for me. And I remember the day I knew I was going to quit is I had an argument with one of my managers, right? And so I told him about a certain task that I think he should have done. And I said, hey, listen, I don't think we should wait too much time because if we wait too much time, it's going to bite us in the butt. I'm a foresight. I'm a foreseer, so I always look ahead of things. And he said, don't worry about it. We're good. He just kept thinking about the present. I said, okay, that's perfectly fine. You're the boss. We'll do whatever you say. Now, as I predicted, the bleep hit the fan. And so things were kind of coming in disarray. Some subcontractors that we were working with were very upset they weren't getting paid. And the whole thing became a terrible disruption. And he tried to put the blame on me. And he wrote me up and said, oh, it was because Rich didn't do a certain task or assignment. And I said, what? I'm the one that told you should get it done. Just so, because he was kind of cowardly, so he wanted to make sure that he didn't get in trouble. And so I remember I walked out of the meeting. I was very hot. And so I went to talk to my senior manager. And I told him, hey, listen, I can't work under this guy. Like, he's just a jerk. And he walked in. He's like, how dare you walk out of one of my meetings? You don't do that. Nobody walks out of my meetings. And I said, listen, man, why don't you go ahead and write me up if you make you feel like a big man? And I remember my senior manager was like, oh no. Like, Rich, you can't say that. But I reached a point. I reached a limit. And so I told him, and he said, what did you say? And so I repeated it even slower. I said, why don't you go ahead and write me up if it makes you feel like a big man? Yeah, that was kind of that was it for me. And I was just hot. And I reached that boiling point. And of course, a few days, I didn't want to quit because I was like, I'm from the hood. So I was like, I knew unemployment checks were coming in. So I was like, I'm not going to quit. I'm going to make sure they let me go, which they ended up doing. But I found out 6 months later they actually let him go because they found the truth. But either the case, I reached a point where my health and my happiness was being disrupted. It was being disrupted. And when you start to understand success and peace of mind and alignment with your spiritual and your higher self, nothing goes above your happiness. I want to repeat that because it's so important. When you truly understand success, peace of mind, mental health, you would understand nothing is above your happiness and your mental health. So if anything is really truly disrupting your mental health, when you're coming home, you can't sleep at night. You're constantly thinking about that issue. You're tossing and turning. It's getting you sick. You're starting to feel, you're getting the sniffles and you can't sleep. And you're having arguments with your spouse. I knew one job when I got home and Jazz was like, you're not at work, right? And I was like, wow. Wow. That's when I knew it was time to leave. When it would start to disrupt my home. When it started to disrupt my happiness. When it starts to disrupt my peace of mind. That's when it's time to go. When you reach a level of stress, when you can't sleep, when things are too much for you, it's time to let it go. Even if a certain show or certain TV, certain news that it's constantly messing with your mental health, you cannot sleep. It's breaking your peace of mind. It's time to turn it off. It's time to leave that job. It's time to leave that environment. It's time to leave those friends. It's time to disconnect with those type of family members when it's starting to affect your overall happiness and your peace of mind. That was my biggest sign, because after I left that job, I actually ended up finding a better job with higher pay. So it's like the universe rewards us for making our happiness the highest priority. It feels like the universe rewards us when we make our happiness and our peace of mind our highest priority. Versus, I know people that, Rich, I can't quit. I'm sticking with this. Even though they hate their job, they hate their environment, they're stressed, they're always frowning. I see somebody, I met a person that, like, years before, they had smooth skin, color hair. Next time I see them, they're wrinkles, their grays are coming in. And I'm like, brother, it's time to leave, man. It's time to leave. But Rich, I can't leave. I can't go. But you can. Because again, sometimes the universe rewards us for taking those leaps of faith, for putting our highest priority, our happiness in our lives. And so when you reach a point when it's stressing you out, your peace of mind is disruptive, it starts to affect your home life. It starts to affect you and your spouse or you and your kids. When you're taking work and bringing it home and then you're arguing with somebody that has nothing to do with it. That's when you know. That's the quick sign to say, friend, my family member, my loved ones, my audience, it's time to go. It's time to go. And don't be fear of leaving. I tell people about the story about me and Jazz. When you let something go, and if it comes back, it's yours. It's yours forever. But if it doesn't come back, that means it was never meant for you to have. We sometimes are at jobs we were never meant to have. We're in relationships we were never meant to have. We're with friends and family that we were never meant to be conditioned by. So whenever you feel your mental health and your home life and your peace of mind is being disrupted by any exterior event or situation or circumstance, it's time to go. It's time to go. Trust me. Nothing should be higher than your peace of mind. Trust me. I've been a go-getter for years. The universe made me slow down. I was a go-getter. Go, 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 go. Now I don't care how bad this job is. I'm gonna stick with it. I'm not a quitter. I'm going hard at it. And then it always slapped me on the wrist like, no, Rich, that's not the way to get it. That's not the way to get it. If you want success in your life, if you want happiness in your life, if you want peace of mind in your life, heck, if you want great finances in your life, you have to let certain things go. Don't hoard on to things that don't serve you. Don't be a hoarder. You ever been to a hoarder's house? It's full of stuff. There's no way for anything new to come in. You're asking for new blessings. I need new blessings, Lord. I would love some new blessings, but there's no room. There's no room to put it in because you're hoarding things and people and situations that no longer serve you. Hey, Miriam, I appreciate it. Marilyn, I appreciate it. Jazz, I appreciate it. And anyone else, I can't see you. I do appreciate your taking your time to watch this. Either you could agree with me, or she said, say it loud for the people in the back. Let it go. It's time for Corona to go. Well, you can't control Corona, but even Corona has its own positive things in it. If you could see it, but that's a whole nother video. Just know, if the news that you're watching, the articles that you're watching, is affecting your peace of mind, it's time to let it go. Don't hold on to things that do not serve you. Again, this is Rich Fontaine. Either you could agree with me or not agree with me, but either way, I feel this was a successful conversation. I appreciate all of you taking your time. If you're watching this now or later, please like, please share, please comment. And I hope this served you well and will serve other people well. Also, mark your calendar. June 20th, we're having another Right to Grow Rich workshop. If you're interested in writing your first book, learning how to market, learning how to publish, learning how to be a business person, that's the thing that kills authors. They're not business people. You have to have an LLC. You have to have a tax ID. You have to understand how to become a business in order to be successful at anything. And we have a workshop on June 20th. Please check us out. Again, I hope this served you well. Please like, please share, please comment. I do appreciate it. And positive vibes to all of you. Love is love.